You currently logged in into the operating system. I've just logged in with the user called Edureka123. In any operating system, there are instances here. So what is my
Okay, so you have to understand. So the commands are going so the one by one. So I just pause my video, and then you can write down, and then I will move to the next command. Okay, I will give you the 2 seconds. The you can write down the command on your the what you call it Ubuntu, and then I will move to the next so in this way you have to write down all the commands. Is that clear? Okay, so I'm going to start.
IP address? 192.168.0.105. In Linux operating system, privileged user is exactly called as root, who has got the complete powers on the operating system. But regular users will be having limited privileges. They cannot perform all administrative activities like super user. Only super user can do that, but not a regular user. So once we log in as a regular user, in order to switch over to the super user, you just need to run the command called sudo-i. The moment you type sudo-i, you need to prove your identity, whether you should be able to switch to super user or not. Let's see. After providing the password there, now I logged in as root. Earlier, it was the user Edureka123. Now you logged in as a root user. There is a change in the prompt also. This is the privileged user prompt. This is the regular user prompt. You can differentiate between a regular user and a super user by looking into this prompt. For all regular users, you will be having the prompt called $sign. With this, you can easily identify that I have a limited privileges on the operating system. I'm not the super user. Only for super user called root, this hash prompt will be provided. Hash prompt would be provided. You can always run the command called who I am I. This will give you the information about the current working user. Let's see some execution of basic commands first. Okay, pwd. The command pwd, which prints what is your working directory. Once you log in with the super user will be having the default home directory called /root. Most people
Okay, so write down this command pwd. Okay, so now we are going to move to next.
often get confused. Like PWD, they call them as present working directory. No, it is not a present working directory. It is exactly called as print working directory. This command will let you know what is your working directory. So you're working on Linux. In Linux, you got a command syntax. For every command you execute, there is a syntax to be followed. If you don't follow syntax, definitely it will be giving lot of warnings, lot of errors and all that. Linux is a case sensitive operating system. Most of the commands you have always in small letters. You don't have any commands in capital letters. It's a case sensitive. Okay? You can see if I type in the command pwd in caps here, I can see some errors here. Command not found. There is no such command in capital case. Command not found. Your shell is throwing an error that pwd in caps, no command found. You got only pwd. Once you press enter, there you see you got the output there, the output called /root. Okay, let's see some examples about the commands, all of you. I'm giving you some examples of basic commands in Linux as a user, how you can interact with the operating system. The first command would be ls. The command ls, which is nothing but listing the directory contents. What is my current working directory? My current working directory is /root under /root. If you wanted to see the directory contents there is a command called ls. ls will give you the list of directory contents. Like that, if you want to see the contents of any other remote directory, like /opt, for example, you want to see the contents of /usr, you want to see the contents of bootable files. So being in one directory, you're able to see the contents of remote directories. The command ls. In Linux here, every command will have different options and different arguments. You see, the moment I type ls command, I can see the object.
Okay, so this is the ls command. So where you can see here, it will show you all the files and the directories. So you can write down the command. Okay, so I think you have written this command. Next.
Names. The term object I'm using here, it can be referred as a file or a directory. See, most of the directories are in blue color. Files generally none color. Since I got white background, you can see that in black color. That means this is a file remaining all our directories. I should not tell you the difference between a file and a directory. You know, file is nothing but collection of text, collection of records is called as a file. But what is a directory? A directory is nothing but group of files is called as a directory. A directory may contain subdirectories also. Okay.
Okay, I think everyone has done at this point. Anyone who has an issue, please let me know. Yes, Gurle, tell me. Gurle,
No issue, sir. No issue.
okay, so you can listen properly. So why the other people that turned off their videos? Okay. Yes, Neha, any question?
No, sir.
So last time I have seen that some people they have a issue writing all these commands. So now I'm going very slowly. So please follow the instructions. Okay? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Akash. What's your question?
Actually, I have typed in the ls command and it shows no directories.
So then you have to create your own directories. Maybe it's not available. You have to create your own.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to move further.
Okay. Generally, we call them as a folder, directory, or a folder. According to Windows terminology, we call them as a folder. This is called as a directory. So with ls command, let's see some options here. With running ls, I can see only object names, but I wanted to see what is the size of this particular file. When this file got modified, who is the owner for this particular file? See, with ls command, you can see only the names of directories and names of files. You can't see the properties there. If you wanted to see the properties of the files and directories, there is an option called -l. With -l, you can see the long listing. If you see the example of employee.txt, this particular file, the mode of permissions, the link count, you see the user ownership, the group ownership, the size of the file, the date and the timestamp when this file was last accessed or modified. Finally, you can see the file name. In order to see the properties of files and directories, you have to pass the option called -l. Every command option must proceed with hyphen. There should be a space between the command and the command option. You're not.
Okay, so I have seen this problem as well. So when we are writing the command, there is a space ls-l. So here we are talking about the long listing. So here we can see the additional information. So who is the owner, when this file has been created, what is the size of the file. So the some student I have realized they don't know how to write down ls-l command. They were typing together one word, no. So ls, then space, then -l. So this is a L, not one. Okay, so be careful.
Supposed to combine all that thing together. See what happens there? Command not found. There should be a space between the command and the command option. Like this, you need to execute. Likewise, based on the requirement here with ls command, I can see only regular files and regular directories. How about hidden ones? In order to see the hidden ones there you have an option called ls-a in order to see hidden files. In Linux and Unix operating system,
Okay, so please write down these two commands, then I will move forward. So write down this ls command, ls-l, and then ls-a. So the -a for the hidden commands. Okay, I'm going to pause this video for 1 minute. You can write down the command. Okay, I'm moving forward.
any file, any directory which is starting with period, those are hidden files and hidden directory. See the difference between regular directory and hidden directory. See the difference between a regular file and a hidden file. See, hidden objects always starts with dot. Like that, there are so many options in ls command. In order to get help up at ls command, there is a command called man. Man is nothing but manual pages. That means the documentation about the command ls. Man ls will give you lot of options, the lot of documentation about that particular command. Any such command you can type in, or you can type in ls hyphen hyphen help. You'll give more options here.
Okay, ls space hyphen help. So you will see the help from your operating system.
See, every option will proceed with what? Will proceed with hyphen. So based on the need and the requirement, you can execute all these particular commands. Let's see about changing the directory, how to change directory from one directory to other directory. You got a command called cd. Cd stands for change directory. What is my working directory now? My working directory is
a root, right? So now we are going to create the another directories. We are moving from one directory to another directory. How? So the cd command works.
/root. I want to change to some other directory, cd/opt. Now, can you see what is my working directory now? My working directory has been changed from /root to /opt.
So this is the thing that some students they don't have the concept. So you can see here the pwd. I'm in the root, and in the root we have a lot of the directories are there. So the cd then /opt. So now we moved from root to the opt. And when you will look at here the pwd, so it will show you are in the opt directory. So this is the way you have to work. So the cd command basically tells you how you can move from one location to another location, from one folder to another folder, from one directory to another directory. So this is the way you have to understand. Some students, I have realized, they copy the command and then the copy didn't work. Then this is, sir, this is not working. So make sure you have to understand in which directory you are, where the file is located. So these are the things you have to understand. If you are not clear about the location, the directory, then you are in trouble. Okay. Next, I think you can write on the command. So those who don't have, so maybe they can create their own directories. For example, mkdir, and then you can create your own directories, and then you can write on the command cd, and then you can move to that directory. So this is a way you can practice for this command.
There you see the command cd/opt, or you would like to change to something else, /usr/local. Now you see what is my working directory here. My working directory has been changed from /opt to /usr/local. This is my working directory here. You see the directory structure, how it organizes its files and directories in the physical storage medium. You have the top level directory. Under top level directory, you got all the subdirectories and subdirectories there. So this is my working directory now. If you want to
Okay, so I'm going to stop here. So make sure you can write down the cd command. So here is cd/user/local. So now we are going to move to the local, that is the subdirectory of the user. And then when you will look at the pwd, so it will see the location, the path of user/local.
move the cursor, what is the
So please write down this command, then I will move. Okay, I'm going to move to the next.
The parent directory for local, it should be USR. What is the parent directory for USR? It should be your root directory / the starting point of Linux and Unix file system. See, cd space dot dot. Once you press enter, your cursor got changed. It got moved to one directory above. Earlier I was working with local, now it got changed to USR. See, cd space dot dot. Now it got changed to /. See, once again, all of you, cd/usr/local, cd space dot dot / dot dot. Automatically, it will move to what? It will move to two levels directory back. It moved to local to USR and USR to top level directory.
So this is a very important command. So you can see here. So cd dot dot slash then. So it will move to the two levels back. So it means if I will come out from the what is this one? We have a local. If I will write on cd dot dot, so I can move to the user, and from the users, if I will write on another cd dot dot. But if I want to directly move backwards, so this is the way I'm going to write on the commands. Please write down, then I will move. Maybe the some student they had a issue. Maybe they don't have a the
Previous working directory was /usr/local. Like that, you can use this cd command for navigating the directories from one location to another location. So next, you got some commands on how to create directories. In the
Okay, so maybe you had a issue. You have not aware how to create the directory. So now you can see we are going to create the directories, and then you can use these command the cds. So then you can see the real, the experience with the changing the directory from one directory to another directory. So let's see.
current working directory called /root, I would like to create a directory called directory1. See the command mkdir dir1. Over here, I've created a new directory, the new directory called dir1.
Okay, mk. I'm going to make a directory dir1. So this is a name. So if there is no error, so make sure when you're going to create the any directory writing any commands, if there is an error, so you have to read what is the reason behind, why it is telling me this thing. So you have to follow the rules and regulation. So that is called the syntax. And then ls command. So you can see here that dir1 is already present. So this is the way we are going to work. Okay.
Similarly, if you wanted to create multiple directories here, you can create like this. mkdir space after space, you can give multiple directory names. If you type in ls here, there you see at single operation, I have created multiple directories.
You will see here mkdir. I'm going to create at the same time, dir2, dir3, dir4. So three directories. So, but I have to give the space between them. Mkdir space dir2, then space dir3, then space dir4. And there is no error message. So it means it has been successfully completed the process. So when I will write on the command ls, and you can see here that dir2, 3, and 4 are created. Okay, I'm going to stop here. So make sure you can create the directories. I hope you have done. So now I'm going to next.
Directory 2, directory 3, and directory 4. Suppose if you want to create nested directories there, you got the command called mkdir-p, where p is nothing but parent. For example, I would like to create a directory called India. Under India, I would like to create a directory called Telangana. Under Telangana, I would like to create a directory called Hyderabad. These are nothing but nested directories. So India is a parent directory. Under that, you got Telangana. Under that, you got Hyderabad. Suppose if you want to see the nested directory list, see once again, all of you. In the current working directory, if you type in ls, I can see the names. That's it. Can you see my parent directory here? The parent directory called India. In the case, if I want to see the directory list in recursive order, you have an option called capital R in ls command. List the directory contents in recursive order. Recursive order. See the list, all of you? You got the list? This is your parent directory. Under parent directory, you got a subdirectory called Telangana. Under Telangana, you got a subdirectory called Hyderabad. That is the option called capital R, recursive list. You see, recursive list. That is all you can do with mkdir. While working with Linux commands, all of you, one should remember about the absolute path and relative path. Okay, this is very important while executing some commands here. What is the difference between absolute path and relative path? Absolute path is a path which always begins with /. India is a parent.
Okay, so now you have seen. So in this one, we are going to create the the subdirectories. So what do you mean? So we have the one India, within India, Telangana, and then Hyderabad. So this is the way we are going to create the subdirectory. So for this reason, so you have seen this one mkdir hyphen p and then India slash Telangana and slash Hyderabad.
Directory. Under that, you got Telangana. Under that, you got Hyderabad. Suppose if you want to see the nested directory list, see once again, all of you. In the current working directory, if you type in ls, I can see the names. That's it. Can you see my parent directory here? The parent directory called India. In the case, if I want to see the directory list in recursive order, you have an option called capital R in ls command. List the directory contents in recursive order. Recursive order. See the list, all of you? You got the list? This is your parent directory. Under parent directory, you got a subdirectory called Telangana. Under Telangana, you got a subdirectory called Hyderabad.
Okay, so you have to understand. So if I want to see the subdirectories, for this reason, I have to use the hyphen R, R in uppercase. And India is the parent directory. In the India, we have a Telangana, and then we have seen the Hyderabad. So make sure you have to understand how you are going to create the subdirectories first. Then you can see the recursive order. So how I can see the subdirectories. So I'm going to stop here. So make sure you can write down this command.
See, at single operation, I have created multiple directories. Directory 2, directory 3, and directory 4. Suppose if you want to create nested directories there, you got the command called mkdir-p, where p is nothing but parent. For example, I would like to create a directory called India. Under India, I would like to create a directory called Telangana. Under Telangana, I would like to create a directory called Hyderabad.
Okay, please write down this command, then I will show you the recursive. Hurry up. Okay, I think you have written this command. I'm going to move how to see the content of the subdirectories.
These are nothing but nested directories. So India is a parent directory. Under that, you got Telangana. Under that, you got Hyderabad. Suppose if you want to see the nested directory list, see once again, all of you. In the current working directory, if you type in ls, I can see the names. That's it. Can you see my parent directory here? The parent directory called India. In the case, if I want to see the directory list in recursive order, you have an option called capital R in ls command. List the directory contents in recursive order. Recursive order. See the list, all of you? You got the list? This is your parent directory. Under parent directory,
Okay, so now you can write on this command. If I want to see the the subdirectories, so this is the command ls hyphen r and then India. So the India we have a subdirectory Telangana, and from Telangana, so then we have another subdirectory is Hyderabad. So this is the way I can see. Please write on this command, then I will move to the next one. Okay, so I'm going to stop it here. So make sure I can get. What's the time? It's 10:45. 11 o'clock. I will start checking from all the students. So what are the commands I have written? I have showed to you. So till this point, you can show me. Okay. So anybody who has a problem, so please fix your issues, and you have 15 minutes more to show me your work. Is that clear? Yes or no? Okay, could you please acknowledge me? So I
Yes, sir.
allowed you to.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Progress.
Please turn on the video, everyone. Okay, so those who did not turn on the video, I'm going to remove them from the class. Okay. Uh, Arshdeep Singh, have you done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can we start? Almost another 5 minutes left. Okay. Please finish. Other students, they have not done yet. Amandeep Kaur, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So your videos off. Yes, Akash, what's the question?
Sir, actually, I have finished the
No,
commands.
I will come. I will check one by one. So I will go through the list from the your student list. Then wait for your turn. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Navneet, have you done? Navneet Kaur,
Sir, no, I am doing.
hurry up. Another 4 minutes are left.